So guys, I'm here with my Chibi deck profile. So yeah, stand up the Vangado. So we have Dusttail Unicorn as a starter. Star-vader, Dusttail Unicorn. He is really important in this deck. But he's not that important that you would die if you don't have him. So yeah, his skill is when another unit rides on it, another Link Joker rides on him, you may move him to any rearguard circle. Pretty common in most starters now. Second skill is your very strong starter skill, which is as a rearguard. Counterblast 1 and place this into soul. If your opponent already controls a locked unit, you may pay cost, which is counterblast 1, and put into soul, and lock another unit. So yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory why he's good. But the bad points, of course, is your opponent has to have one locked unit before you can pay that cost. So yeah, that's Dusttail Unicorn. So for grade 3s, we run 3 Chaos Breaker Dragons. Yeah, I run 3 because I find in this deck running 3 is already enough to deck you up quite quickly. Like, yeah, because you know his skill requires you to draw, but all that aside, he is a really good boss card. Yeah, his skill is Limit Break 4. When an opponent's unit just unlocked during their end phase, you may pay cost, which is Soul Blast 1 Star-vader unit from your soul, of course. And you may retire that unit that just unlocked and draw 1 card. And this skill is stackable, so let's say you go triangle lock your opponent. You may Soul Blast 3 and draw 3, while those 3 units retire. So yeah, it's really OP card, so to speak, until Grandiose comes out, you know, that hacker. And second skill can only be used once per turn, which is called Counterblast 1 and discard 1 Star-vader unit from your hand, and you may lock one of your opponent's units anywhere in this field, just as long as it's a opponent's unit and it's a rearguard. So yeah, 3. Next, for substitute Vanguard, we play 1 Nebula Lord Dragon. As he is more on defense, because you know you draw cards. Yeah, this card is more on offense, because yeah, his Limit Break makes it so, which by the way, his skill is for each locked unit that your opponent controls, your front row gains plus 3k, and it's also stackable like Chaos Breaker skill. So let's say your opponent has 3 locked units, your front row gains plus 9k, yeah, all at once. Yeah, it's really good. But the reason why I don't play more is because, you know, he's the boss card, and because of his second skill, which I find really heavy, and that skill is Counterblast 2, and you may lock one of your opponent's back row units. Yeah, that is really heavy. But he's more on the final turn blow than anything. But normally, I'd rather stick with Chaos Breaker than him. Yeah, probably know why. So for the final grade 3s, we run 4 Infinite Zero Dragons. He's the break right of the deck. His skill is Limit Break 4. When another unit rides on this unit, you may lock one of your opponent's front row and back row units, and the new Vanguard gains plus 10k. Whoa. Yeah. His second skill is when this unit attacks a Vanguard at plus 2k, which is freaking OP. Like, it's one of the most broken break rights ever compared to the new Dragonic Overlord break right. Cause you know, freaking stat just for attacking the rearguard, but it, so to speak, it's not that broken yet, compared to most break rights, because, you know, it's not really that bad, but not that good as well. It's more an advantage on field presence for you, but yeah, he's the break right, so play 4. So that's my grade 3s. Next, for grade 2s, we run 3 Mobius Breath Dragons. He's our main right target for this deck, mainly cause his skill only activates as a Vanguard. But yeah, the reason why I don't play 4 is cause, yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, Star-vader Mobius Breath Dragon. His skill is, as a Vanguard, when this unit attack hits an opponent's Vanguard, you may lock one of their rear guards, that is damn good. Like turn 2 and you can lock a unit. But yeah, playing 4 is kind of a bad thing, cause he'll be very dead in your hand. Yeah, I play 3 cause if you get one of him, then you have the other 2 for how do I say this? To guard. Cause if you play this deck, you will find a lot of times that you don't want to drop much 5k guards. Yeah, he gives you that option in late game, but he's really good for early game. That's if you get him. So next, for the grade 2s, we get 4 Colony Maker, Star-vader Colony Maker. Whoa, Mobius Breath getting mad. So yeah, 4 Colony Maker, Star-vader Colony Maker. She is our Tartu and or Matcha of the deck, cause her skill basically is counter +1. Then his unit is placed on the rearguard circle, and you control a Link Joker Vanguard, and your opponent has 1 locked unit. It may pick cost which counter +1, and search a deck for 1 Star-vader grade 1 or lower unit and call it to anywhere in the field. So yeah, it is much better than those 2, but it's much better than Tartu or Matcha, basically, in sense that it's only a counter +1, and you can call the unit to anywhere on the rearguard, and your opponent has to have 1 locked unit, which is also kind of a bad thing, but you'll find that's a really good advantage. Well yeah, she gives you the +2 that you need on your turn. +2 cause your opponent -1 rearguard and you gain +1 rearguard. But yeah, basically that's about why I play 4. So yeah, that's that. And then for the final grade 2s, we play a unit that's very staple in every archetype deck, the 12k attacker, which right here is Unraveled Star-vader Radon. He is the 12k attacker. When he attacks and you control a Star-vader unit as a Vanguard, he gains +3k. Yeah, pretty safe, self-explanatory. So yeah, that's my grade 2s. And next, for grade 1s, we play 3 Demonic Claw Star-vader Lanthium. He is the main booster of any unit in this deck, basically. Because his skill is as a rearguard, when this unit is present and you lock one of your opponent's units, it gains +2k and it's stackable. So let's say he's there and you lock 2 of your opponent's unit, he becomes a freaking 11k booster anywhere. It doesn't have to boost. It doesn't have to specifically boost the unit. It can potentially be an attacker as well. I mean, if you have him there and you lock 5 units while he's there, he gains +10k, which is really broken for grade 1. He can be a 17k attacker for some guard from your opponent. So that's my Lanthium. Next we play 3 Chaos Beat Dragons. He's our personal booster for Chaos Breaker Dragon. His skill: when this unit boosts a unit named Star-vader Chaos Breaker Dragon and your opponent has 1 locked unit at least, this boosts for 11k. Yeah, since I play 3 Chaos Breaker, why not play 3? I mean, like, you can have a total mirrored mirror field of these 3 and 3 Chaos Breaker in front. It'll be, you can like throw your opponent and lock 1 unit every turn, and you'll have a freaking 22, 22, 22 column field. Yeah. The reason why I play him over this is cause I play one of him over this. Yeah. Because he is more consistent than this, cause you just need to lock 1 unit to get plus 5k. But the bad thing is you have to boost Chaos Breaker Dragon. So yeah. That's one of the bad reasons. That's one of the reasons why. So yeah. Play 3. So moving on, we have for Prison Gate Star-vader Palladium. He is the relocker of this deck. And yeah, there's nothing much to say about him in that you can relock a lot of stuff. He is also one of the main search units for Colony Maker. Yeah, counterblast 1, and when opponent's unit unlocks during the end phase, you may pay cost and place this into Soul. Then you may lock that unit again for 1 turn. So yeah, that is good. And finally, for every deck, of course, we should have 4 Perfect Guards. Yeah, Barrier, Star-vader, Prometheum. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. It's basically for guarding. Yeah. So that's all my grade 1s. And for the triggers, we play 8 crit for 8. 4 draw, 4 heal. So yeah, pretty standard nowadays. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it for my Chaos Breaker deck profile. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you would subscribe, I guess. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this deck profile. Sorry about that. So yeah, bye.